What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I'm your host, Steven. You are correct. There was no intro, no music today, and no Ryan tonight. And no Ryan again tomorrow night. But just bear with me. Obviously, the video is going to look a little bit different as you guys who have followed me whenever Ryan's not here. He's huge for the editing and all that. But we'll make it work. So I appreciate the patience with me today. But it was a great 3-1 day yesterday. We will gladly take it. We are now on an 11-4 run, and I want to keep that rolling. That's for sure. So before we get anything, the Dinger Tuesday winner is nobody. That's right. Nobody hit. Not everybody even commented out of the finalists. So it's time for another showdown, but we're going to do it a little bit different this time. Let's pull this up, and there it is. These are the new rules. Pick 5 players. You guys are on the right side. Those are the finalists. Those are the only people I want actually putting a comment down here. But you pick 5 players. The most total combined bases wins. No odds. No sports book. Does not matter. Just please don't tie anymore. Let's get an actual winner. So, anyways, that's what it is. Hopefully, you guys can all see this and leave a comment below if you are in the running for this $40 prize. So, 10-game slate. Little smaller today, but we got some winners to give out still. Before we do that, we have a baseball fun fact, and this is just crazy. I just laughed when I heard it. So here we go. From @Chicago Golf Pro, who gives me a lot of these on Discord, the Yankees have spent $3,093,188,177 since 2010, and they have less World Series hits than Zach Greinke. If you don't know who he is, he's a starting pitcher. That's right. That's since 2010. Anyways, just a funny little stat there. But in this video, we're going to recap yesterday, 3-1 day, and then we're going to go over the good and bad hitter matchups, those good pitcher strikeout matchups, the entire 10-game pitcher report, and then we'll finish it by giving our best bets and the hitter parlay ideas and wrap it all up with the recap. So hit that like button if you haven't already. Leave a comment below. I'm blown away by all the comments I get every day. It's just awesome. So I appreciate all the positivity and everything, and getting some good questions too. Feel free to fire any questions you have towards me as well. So again, NFL is right around the corner. Hit that subscribe button. We're going to be doing videos every single week during the NFL season as well. But let's get the baseball journey started, and that means it's recap time. All right, there it is. A nice 3-1 day, and it was wild. The first one, Logan Webb to record a win. You know what? The Giants' offense was horrendous. They were striking out all the time. I put a tweet out about it. Is that what you say? A tweet? An X? A Twitter? I don't even know what you call it anymore. But the Giants had like 12 Ks through 8 innings. They were just horrendous, chasing pitches all over. It was 2-2. Logan Webb dominated. 8 innings, 2 runs. That's all you can ask for. But the Giants' offense let us down. And then they brought in some worse arms out of the bullpen, and they gave it up and lost the game outright in the 9th inning. But anyways, Mitch Parker got it back for us, and man, was this sweaty. He got 6 Ks on the dot for a 1-unit winner. It helped that he went deep into the game to get that 6K. And then D-backs team total over 4.5. They have 8 right now. As of recording this video, we're in the 9th inning, so easy winner there for a half unit. And then this one, my goodness, I thought it was dead. Aaron Nola, 5+ Ks, and Bobby Witt, 1+ hit. Aaron Nola had 2 Ks going into probably his last inning in the 5th inning. He struck out the side to get to 5. Came back for the 6th, got 1 out, wasn't a strikeout, ended with 5, so I needed that outline luckily. And then Bobby Witt got a double because Bobby Witt does Bobby Witt things. So we'll take the 3-1 day as we you saw our overall units. It went back down to -4, -5, and now we're back to almost even finally. Let's just keep this train rolling. I want to get it going. So that's the bets recap. And now let's talk the good and bad hitter matchups. All right, we got 12 of these for you today, starting out with Jose Ramirez, 9 for 22. With a couple bombs off of Garrett Cole. That is not too shabby. And then it's Patrick Corbin Day, so you know we're going to see a couple hitters. We got Ryan McMahon and Brendan Rodgers of the Rockies, 7 for 16 and 6 for 13. That's not bad, huh? 13 for 29 combined, hash brown math, versus Corbin. William Contreras, 6 for 12 versus Miles and Miles of Mikolas. And then Brian Reynolds, 4 for 9 versus a struggling Nick Lodolo. And then over there on the right side, obviously less at-bats, but still Gary Sanchez, by the way, yes, he does play. 4 for 6 for the Brewers against Miles Mikolas. So other than that, JD Martinez 4 for 8 versus Dylan Cease. And Lindor, how about 3 for 9 and all 3 hits being bombs against Cease? That's pretty impressive also. But those are the good hitter matchups. Now let's take a look at the bad hitter matchups. And we got 5 of them for you. Xander Bogaerts, 2 for 27 with 8 strikeouts versus Severino. He just does not like him, obviously. Then Stallings, which nobody's probably going to bet anyways. Josh Naylor, 2 for 14 with 5 Ks versus Garrett Cole. And then Donovan 0 for 11 versus Peralta. And Steven Kwan 1 for 10 with 2 Ks against Garrett Cole. So that's what we got for all the hitter matchups. And now let's talk some arms. All right, we got 2 of these for you today, and it starts out with the lefty, Justin Steele, the Cubbies, facing the Tigers. Detroit's 6th highest K percentage versus lefties the last 3 weeks at 27.5%. Steele, about a K an inning, 115 and 116 innings. His home K rate is a bit lower, though, 22.3 compared to 25.6 on the road. But he does have 6+ Ks now in 7 of his last 10 starts. I'm not counting that rain delay. And then August has been his highest K rate month so far this year at 27.9. I did not count March, April because he threw like 4 innings. So that's the first one. Second one, Dylan Cease, of course, versus the Mets. Mets, 9th highest K percentage versus righties last 3 weeks at 27.5%. Cease, 186 Ks and 148.1 innings. Home K rate is also higher, so this is a good one for him. 33.1% compared to 30.2%. He has struggled the last 2 starts. I just want to point that out. It hasn't been against good teams, but they're both on the road at Colorado, in Coors Field, and at Miami with 5 Ks in each game. Gave up a few runs in each game as well. But at home, guys, he has a ridiculous 8 or more strikeouts now in 7 of his last 8 home starts. So those are the two good pitcher strikeout matchups. And now let's take a look at the pitcher report. All right, these are the first 5 matchups of the day with Cal Quantrill going up against Patrick Corbin. What an absolute beauty of a game, huh? What a pitcher's duel that's going to be. No, I'm just joking. There's going to be some runs there. High walk rate for Quantrill. They both don't miss a lot of bats. We all know about these guys. Quantrill, I will say, has had a better year than expected, but still not that great. Gavin Williams of the Guardians going up against Garrett Cole. Has he found his groove? He had a good start last one. So we'll see if those numbers continue to drop. Both of these guys can miss some bats. And then Freddie Peralta against Miles and Miles of Mikolas. Peralta, we know he can strike out some guys, but he's been hovering right around that 4 ERA all season. He has been a little more inconsistent than we all kind of thought. And then no pitcher again for the Detroit Tigers. Seems like every day now. And then Justin Steele for the Cubbies. Like we mentioned, 2.77 expected ERA, 24% K rate, having another solid season. And then Jeffrey Springs of the Rays as he continues to work his way back. 18.2 innings thrown, 3.86 ERA, but a 5.36 expected. And going up against Beto of the Oakland A's, nothing special there. He has some pretty good numbers so far, but he does have some command issues, that's for sure. But anyways, those are the first 5 matchups. Let's take a look now at the last 5. And we start out with Nick Lodolo, the lefty who has been struggling, going up against Paul Skeens. We all know about him. 2.3 ERA, 2.92 expected ERA. Just a ridiculously high K rate. He's been a stud. And then Griffin Canning versus Chris Bassett. What another pitcher's duel that is, huh? Chris Bassett hates me, so I'm afraid to bet on anything from him. But below that, we have a much better starting pitcher matchup with Spaghetti going up against Corbin Burns. Spaghetti's been a lot better lately, for the most part, like in the last month or two. You see a 5.20 ERA, but he does have a 4 expected ERA. He's missing a lot more bats as well. 27.5% K rate now, but he has walked some guys at 10.7%. And then Corbin Burns having another solid season, not missing a ton of bats for him, but still having a good season. Christopher Sanchez been better at home than on the road, but still overall having a great year. And Schwellenbach's one of those young guys for the Braves that has really stepped up. His numbers after a rough start have really gone down, at least ERA-wise, while his strikeout percentage is right there with Spaghetti at 27.5%. And then we finish it with Luis Severino versus Dylan Cease. We'll see if Cease can find his groove again back at home going up against the Mets. Both have pretty good years. We know that, especially Cease, just missing an absolute crazy ton of bats, just like Paul Skeens up there, as he sits at 31.5%. So all the averages are on the bottom if you're new to it. Hopefully this helps start your day or at least gets you some winners one way or the other. But now it's time for the best bets. All right, this first bet takes us out to New York where the Yankees host the Cleveland Guardians. Yankees on the money line -166, Guardians on the money line +140 with a total of 8 runs in this game. I got a best bet. It's a player prop. Give me Gavin Williams under 5.5 Ks at -120 on Bet365. This is going to be a half unit play because, well, it's an early game. It's a getaway game, and weird things happen. Sometimes you see weird lineups. I'm just going to play it safe here. Obviously, you guys do whatever you want, but just letting you guys know. It's also -125 on DK as of recording this video. But Gavin Williams, his K splits are on the same home and away, 23.5%. But first of all, let's just check out this outlier link right here, which we've talked about a lot. Link is below, by the way, or this screenshot at least from outlier. Gavin Williams under this in 4 of 5 road games so far this year. The only over, as you can see, was against a Tigers team, and they were banged up. They've been missing a lot of guys. 3 of his 9 starts this season have been against the Tigers, if that tells you anything. He went under this line, by the way, also, and 2 of the 3 starts against those Tigers. But the lowest K-rate team that he has faced all season long on the road is the Minnesota Twinkies. 19th in K-rate last 3 weeks versus righties, 21.4%. And now he faces the toughest matchup he's faced on the road so far, the New York Yankees. Last 3 weeks, the Yankees 6th lowest K-rate versus righties, and they've been down there pretty much all season at only 18.8% lately. And righties versus the Yankees lately, in case you're curious, 17 of the last 20 righties have gone under this 5.5 Ks line. That includes guys like Nathan Eovaldi with 4, Gausman 2, Aaron Nola 4, Zach Wheeler barely went over with 6. So obviously he's not part of the 17. Tanner Houck had 2, and Cutter Crawford had 5. So Gavin Williams is not exactly an elite strikeout guy, just a slightly above average strikeout pitcher. And one of the reasons also I like this one is the Yankees hitters. They work counts as well as anyone. They, you know it, if you want to do over outs recorded, it's really tough when you're facing the Yankees, that's for sure. 11 straight righties have gone under 6 innings versus the Yankees. So if you're not pitching very deep into games, it's obviously harder to get Ks. And a big reason of that is the Yankees have the high walk rate. In fact, the highest in the major leagues, at least last 30 days, over 11%, and they've been right up there all season long. Yankees, oh, by the way, also number 1 WRC plus versus righties last 3 weeks. We're talking about a top 3 offense, a top 3 walk team, and a team that just does not miss a lot of balls. So I love this matchup. Best offense at working starting pitchers. Give me Gavin Williams to go under 5.5 Ks for the 5th time in 6 road games as my first best bet. All right, this second one takes us out to St. Louis, where the Cardinals host the Milwaukee Brewers in an NL Central showdown. What a game yesterday. Nolan Arenado with a walk-off grand salami. Brewers moneyline minus 122. Cardinals moneyline plus 102 with a total of 7.5 runs. It's going to be another half unit play for me. Again, that's just for me. It doesn't mean you have to play that exactly or whatever. You guys do whatever you need to. I'm going to explain why. Well, it's an early getaway game. These games are starting before noon on the West Coast. Weird things happen. We just saw the White Sox beat the Giants, and the Giants were just not ready to play in that early game. Maybe they sit some guys. You just never know. I'm just going to play it safe here with 2 half unit plays on these. But I still might have an added play for a unit or so in the pinned comments. But this will be my final bet on the video for now. But let's talk about this one now. I've talked about Mikolas a lot this season. He has a lot of miles on his balls. You guys know that teams are absolutely crushing him. He has given up 3+ earned runs in 5 of his last 6 starts now. That's right, 5 of the last 6. In fact, he's given up 4 or more earned runs in 3 straight starts. 2 were against the Cubs, 1 against the Nationals. It's not like they're all just elite offenses or anything. He has already faced the Brewers twice this season. He went over in both starts, 3 earned runs in 6 innings and 5 earned runs in 4.2 innings. That means he has given up 8 earned runs in 10.2 innings against them. Hash brown math. That means he has under just a 7 ERA versus Milwaukee this year. And he's given up a lot of power. 20 home runs on the season, and now he faces a Brewers team that has power. Last 30 days versus righties, 4th highest ISO power, and then overall 9th highest WRC plus versus them. So obviously we know the Brewers are completely familiar with this division rival and Miles Mikolas. This will be the 3rd time they faced him. Miles Mikolas does not have stuff that's all of a sudden going to just surprise all these hitters or anything. I expect him to score 3 or more earned runs. I have no reason not to think that. So give me Mikolas over 2.5 earned runs. And then let's crank I'm Gonna Be, the 500 Miles song by the Proclaimers, if you don't know. I'm going to put that YouTube link in the comments below. But if I could walk 500 miles. You guys know that song. I rocked out to it last year, and we're going to rock out again after Miles gives up 3 or more earned runs. My voice is getting better. But anyways, that's my second best bet, and those are my 2 best bets for the day so far. Added plays will be on the pinned comments on X and on Discord, which is free. Go check it out. But now we got to talk some hitter parlay ideas. All right, we went 2-1 on these yesterday because Castellanos let us down, but we'll take it. Now I got 3 more for you. The first one, Brendan Rodgers of the Rockies. You saw it earlier, 6 for 13 versus Patrick Corbin in his career, as is everyone. He also has 1+ hit in 17 of his last 20 games, and he's crushing lefties, hitting 314 off of them compared to 264 off righties. Taking a guy to get a hit off Corbin, it just feels good. It seems right. Second one, Probably my favorite one of the day. Our boy, Marcell Ozuna, at home versus a lefty. Almost an automatic bet every single time. At home, hitting 313. Against lefties, hitting 327 this year. At home versus lefties, see what he did? Put it together. Hitting 4-10. That's insane. He's facing Christopher Sanchez. He is 2 for 4 off of him with a double. He's given up 9.1 hits per 9 innings. He has a 5.5 ERA on the road. He has struggled. On the road versus righties, Christopher Sanchez has given up an insane 339 average. Absolutely wild. On top of all that, oh, by the way, Ozuna has the highest batting average in the major leagues in the last 7 days at hitting 524. You may see me bet Ozuna over bases prop. I don't see any prop for him up yet, but I think Ozuna has a day. Third one, Vladimir Guerrero. I don't even know what I'm saying there. Vlad Guerrero Jr. 1+ hit in 28 of his last 31 games. That's not bad. Crushes at home, hitting 345 at Rogers Center. He's now facing Griffin freaking Canning. That's right. He is hot garbaggio, giving up almost 10 hits per 9 innings, giving up a 274 average at 511 slugging on the road. I think the Jays hitters in general are in a good spot here. Horowitz, by the way, has been hitting some bombs also. But give me Vlad, give me Ozuna, and give me Brendan Rodgers as my 3-hitter parlay ideas to go with the 2 best bets so far. All the research help you need. Let's have another great day and continue this hot streak. But before we wrap it up, let's look at the recap. All right, there it is. The 2 best bets so far. Gavin Williams under 5.5 Ks at -120 for a half unit. And Miles and Miles of Mikolas over 2.5 earned runs allowed at -130 on DK for a half unit. So that's what I got so far. Added plays in the pinned comments below this video on X and on Discord. Hit that like button if you haven't already. I appreciate the support. And leave a comment. Let me know your best bet, what you're doing today, whatever it is. But I appreciate it. It really helps this channel grow. So that's what we got for today. Hopefully the video was good enough for you without Ryan. But I appreciate it. Have a good Thursday, and we'll talk to you soon.